A YouTube video helped get a kitten out of a hole. Dave & Buster's wants you to bet on skee-ball. And did everyone's favorite social business network just get even more fun? Hey, I'm Greg Ott, and we've got all these weird news stories coming your way right now on your daily news refresh. Before we dive in, give us a like and a hot subscribe to get more interesting news stories like these in your feed each and every day. Thanks. So let's start things off with a cat in a hole. This is a photo out of Santa Ana, California, where on Sunday, the Orange County Fire Department posted a bunch of images of a bunch of people standing around a hole in the sidewalk, which contained a little tiny kitten. This fire department says people asked them to help retrieve the cat, and after exhausting multiple options, they deployed 3 powerful tools. No, not a rope walk ascender, thermal camera, or the jaws of life. Instead, they used a box, a can of tuna, and a meow sound effect from a YouTube video. Yeah, tin fish, something that plays cat noises, and a cardboard box all sounds like a bunch of stuff you'd be left with after getting fired. But in this video, you can see the little kitty slowly being enticed by the firefighters and their tools, with onlookers speculating under the smooth sounds of the YouTube cat.
It looks like she's a tabby, not a tardy.
Yeah, I don't think she's a tardy, right?
And guess what? It worked. After being retrieved from the hole, our little kitten here certainly appeared to be a bit less than clean. But she was proudly held up by a woman alongside the firefighters who helped rescue the thing. On Facebook, a person claiming to be that woman in red says the kitten sustained an injury during her fall beneath the sidewalk. But she's currently being fostered by this woman, and the cat's even been given the name of Piper. Makes total sense, given there doesn't appear to be any ooze down there. Otherwise, a name from some Renaissance artist might have been more appropriate. Great news for anyone looking to make a friendly casual wager with the help of a corporate intermediary. Dave & Buster's wants you to start using their app to bet on stuff like skee-ball and Dance Dance Revolution. The company that combines creamy chicken pasta with Cruisin' USA just announced a new partnership with a white-label gamification software company, which will soon allow customers to place bets on arcade games like Hot Shots Basketball, found in Dave & Buster's Eatertainment joints. Yes, Eatertainment. That's what places like these are called by the, entertainment industry. Now, in case you're worried this might lead to the mob trying to shake you down for running up an air hockey tab, I wouldn't fret quite yet. Cable news network websites reports this arcade game betting will likely play out in the form of small $5 to $10 wagers. On the Dave & Buster's subreddit, John Tesh fan writes, "I don't get it. Hey man, bet you $5 I can beat you at shooting hoops. Okay, but put it in the app so that D&B can take a cut." Pretend_elk 1395 declares, "If you don't like it, build your own arcade franchise." And Ryu_Orochi observes, "Ah yes, the family-friendly child casino doing its job." Indeed, d&bs kind of already has its hand in traditional sports betting, with some sort of program that turns points into free sports bets into tickets, with quote, "no risk and plenty of rewards." But this entire "hey, get an account and log into this app so I can bet you $5 that I'll beat you in skee-ball" gambit is just the latest entrant in the $6 billion so-called social betting sector. Friendly competition that's big fuel for the economy, as noted by that gamification company's CEO, that's emerging hand in hand with the widespread legalization of gambling, that the executive director of the Connecticut Council on Problem Gambling told Time Magazine website looks like the opioid crisis. Indeed, you can pretty much place a bet on anything these days. Who's gonna be the next president? Will Twitter relaunch Vine before June? Will Taylor Swift get pregnant? And in the 38 states plus DC that have legal sports betting today, the executive director of the National Council on Problem Gambling told National Broadcasting Company news website that they believe nationwide the rate and severity of gambling problems have increased since 2018, the year the Supreme Court struck down an old law that banned commercial sports betting in several states. Consumer News and Business Channel website observes that Dave & Buster's has yet to reveal the max limit on a wager that'll be allowed in something like a game of skee-ball. But once this feature goes live in the D&B app, players in 44 states will be able to take part in this type of betting as long as they're 18 and over. And in case you're just a kid, you'll have to settle for your old bookie or something. So, LinkedIn has games now. They've got 3 of them. Pinpoint, a category game kind of like that old $25,000 pyramid show. Cross Climb, where you unlock a trivia ladder by swapping out one letter in a bunch of 4-letter words that you guess. And Queens, sort of a Sudoku Minesweeper mashup that I used way too many hints to figure out and still took me 5 minutes and 22 seconds to solve, marking the longest consecutive period of time I've ever spent on LinkedIn. Now, if you're wondering why LinkedIn has games, so does LinkedIn, with a giant "Why We Have Games" button explaining that one of the best ways to deepen and reignite relationships at work is simply by having fun together. Claiming these games allow you to do just that as something of an icebreaker. I sent my high scores to Rob Grabowski to see if that breaks the ice, I guess. But it is worth pointing out that games have become a pretty big part of the traditional content business. A business that includes LinkedIn, which itself has a daily news show and used to do its own own version of Snapchat stories for some reason, demonstrating a willingness for this strange grindset business social network to let its users do more than share what their marriage proposal taught them about B2B sales, as seen here in a true redefinition of what it means to make an engaging post. Earlier this year, Axios reported that the New York Times Games app was downloaded 10 million times in 2023, and things like recipes and the daily Wordle are contributing to the company's increased subscription revenue. Games and puzzles, of course, have long been a news staple here in the States since at least 1913. After first appearing in the New York World newspaper and kicking off what this Punch cartoon once described as crossword mania. It's not clear if any of these games, now available on LinkedIn, will lead to some form of LinkedIn mania. But judging by the types of posts that have long populated the 468,000 member strong LinkedIn Lunatics subreddit, mania already set in on that platform a long time ago.